Another very important keyword in Java language is static. We widely use static variables and static methods, especially when we create large applications. From the first part of this lesson, I will describe you about static variables. Later, I will describe you about static methods. This is where we were in previous lesson. I am going to use same Java classes to explain static variables. You can download all these code samples with how to use them instructions with these lessons before and after. Let us open the calculator class and insert an int variable called count like this. Inside this default constructor, type count++. With this increment operator, we can increase the value of the count variable by 1 every time we run the constructor. Copy and paste this count variable to other two constructors. Alright, now, let us move to first app class. I am going to create a way to see what happened to the value of count variable each time we run a constructor. Copy this line and paste below. Now type value of the count as. We can use calc object reference to use the count variable. Remember, if count variable was a private variable, we couldn't access it from this first app class. But we declared it without specifying any access modifier. So, it is the default access. As our first app class is in the same package with calculator class, we can access count variable from this place. I am going to insert same code line to other two places. Change this one as calc2 and this one as calc3. Now what will happen? Using these code lines, we create calculator objects. In the calculator class, every time a constructor creates an object, value of this int variable should increase by 1. Let us test this code. You can see the value of the count is 1, the value of the count is 1, the value of the count is 1. This is not what we expected. We used a count variable to keep a note about how many calculator objects has created. But why this? The count variable we created is just an instance variable. Not only that, all the variables we used, all the methods we used, instead of main method, so far, during this course, are instance methods. That means, they create with the object, by the constructor. They are parts of the object. So, every time a constructor created an object, it created a count variable with value 0. And later, increased it to 1. This thing happened 3 times. The bottom line is, now we have 3 count variables in the memory of your device, each of them having the value 1. So how to create one counter variable, which can be commonly shared by all the objects? Simpler than you think. Just insert the word static in front of this counter variable of calculator class. Let us run the project again to see the output. Look, this time we got it right. We got the count as 1, 2, and 3. I am not going to make this lesson too long and too boring to you. Watch this lesson again, carefully. From next lesson, I will explain static methods more, and also I will teach you how to use static variables.